Welcome to Surviving Man, Season 4.
In this episode, Dawn is putting the contestants through some unique evolutions in preparation for the mission. We're also going to start telling the backstory of our guys and gals, who they are, what they believe in, and what drove them to be in the toughest competition on television.
So we were doing one of the PT exercises this morning, and the challenge was to pick up a wooden pallet, put it on your head, and walk approximately 100 meters uphill and then back down 3 total times while never putting the pallet down. While doing that, one of the teammates had some abrasions to the top of his head. It looked way worse than it was, but practicing some of that good discipline that we're told we're gonna be using later, we did like a tight formation on our team leader. We assessed the team for medical issues and injuries. Once we found that, we washed everything off, noticed that it was just bleeding a lot, but it wasn't nearly as bad as we thought. Cleaned him up, gave him a couple of good dressings. Everybody was combat efficient, and we were ready to roll. I've treated everything from a sprained pinky all the way up to traumatic amputations. Especially when you're deployed, if you're in a hot zone, it's just the luck of the draw is what you're gonna get. So you definitely gotta be well-versed and confident in your abilities.
So you've probably heard of the Kim's Games before. It's something, and SEAL teams we use all the time. The Rangers use it all the time. The Marines use it. It's an observation and a memorization enhancing exercise. And Kim was a young orphan in Ireland, and he was trained to go on some intel ops. The intel ops, he had to observe things, and he had to memorize things, and he had to remember what he saw on these ops. So they did something very simple. They'd say, "Kim, what do I have in my hand?" And he'd look quickly, then they'd close up his hand. The guy would close up his hand. He says, "What do you see?" And Kim would say, "I think I saw 7 rocks." He said, "No, you got to train your mind to see more." "Okay, I saw 3 rocks that were brown, 1 was white, 2 had some gems in it." "Well, what size were they?" And the point is just try to get more and more and more data points. And a data point would be this rock here is, you could say the shape of it, the size of it roughly, just try to get data points of everything you see when you're on a mission, doing RNS, and this is for enhancing your memory and observation skills. So then the next day, he might get some other gems or stones, put them in his hand, there'd be more, say, "What do you see?" Okay, now instead of showing you that for 15 seconds, you saw it for 5. Now, repeat what you saw. So in the military, we've been using that for years.
We'll have you circle around this, and when we take off the plastic, you'll have 2 minutes, and you'll see a number of different items. There's a maximum of 100 points. This is a big ticket activity here. And the reason is that we need to get a good individual assessment of your capabilities. And we need to know, how observant are you? What's your memory like? And as you know, at the end of the day, the point leader is the person who's going to be your commander. This is individual. If you decide to collaborate, you'll get 0 points. You'll get a maximum of 3 points per item. Let's say you see a watch. Okay, it's a digital watch, and it's got a blue band. Make sure that they're right. If you give us a wrong answer, you'll have that point deducted.
When Dr. Jen reveals it, you can't talk, you can't write anything down, you can't take a picture of it.
1, 2, 3. There's a lot of stuff in there, Kay.
There is a lot of stuff. How many things do you think there are there?
Right, we're 15 seconds into it.
It is a lot. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one.
Okay, so now you just don't talk about it. Keep it in your mind. Keep in mind, KIM, but don't talk about it. Don't write it down or anything. And later on, we'll ask you what you observed. And try to retain as many data points as you can from every item you can recall.
Like everybody else, stiff and sore. I was expecting that, been there, done that before. But unfortunately, the first day doing some combatives training with Ken Shamrock, ended up busting up my shoulder, my clavicle pretty bad. It's not broken, it's just the muscle fibers are torn, and dealing with that injury has been the biggest challenge. I was prepared for the stiffness, soreness, nothing new to me, but working around that injury, that's been the biggest challenge so far. Having wanted to be in the military and it just not working out, I do feel like there's a little part of me that wants to prove to myself that I can endure the physical challenge and the marksmanship and the land navigation, the teamwork. So there is part of me that wants to prove it to myself that I can do that. But the other part is just the challenge to try to better myself as an instructor that runs my own company. That's something I take seriously, is continuously gaining new perspectives, more skill on my own in turn, so I can just help other people be the best that they can be.
Colleen, Brian, thanks so much for being out here with us again. It's so good to see you. I see you brought your knives in a training evolution you're gonna put everyone through.
Hoffner Knives is honored to be here for season 4. True warriors embrace all technical and tactical advantage. Well, the Hoffner knife is your tactical advantage. Today, we're going to combine the pistol and the knife together, where we can fight to the pistol, defend it, shoot with it, reload it, etc. All these things we're gonna do today to further increase their badassery. How hard can you knock on the door to deploy it? It's a hard knock at the door, right? And then your fingers up and throw your thumb over. This is your point down, ready grip. This is a solid grip. It won't slip through your thumb if you hit femur or pelvic bone or any other thing that's hard. You don't want it slipping through your hand. There's no buttons, there's no automatic. There's nothing a good attorney can use against you in court. It's not a switchblade. It's not a gravity knife. There's a detent that holds it closed. It doesn't open your pocket or open when it shouldn't. Because you have the right to life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness, you have the right to snap through that whole closed detent and use it as a weapon of opportunity in the defense of your life. Everybody agree?
Sir.
All right, and start your sweeps. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Set that blender. Make it smooth. All right.
Elbow down, sir.
Yeah, keep it tight. Just jabs are quick. The point of the blade does the work here. Sweep front, jab front, 3 jabs, 1 good thrust to the rear. You use that thumb or your trigger finger, because you never know when you're gonna pick up someone else's gun. That's why we cap rack.
You know, being in this industry all my adult life, I've never been exposed to somebody who can train with guns and knives at the same time. What Brian and Colleen have put together here, training, so your tactics are the same. They're still doing the tap rack, but now if you have a knife in your hand, procedures you might have been trained for or used all your life, now you're just adding to it, and it works really, really well with the way people have been trained as long as they've been shooting.
All right, guys, we're gonna validate that this grip with the knife does work while shooting and shooting accurately. And again, you want a nice, good grip to help prevent any stoppage on your pistol.
What happens if you've got your knife and you're fighting someone off, close contact, and you're wanting to go for your gun? How do you handle that? Interesting stuff. Just goes right along with this evolution of surviving man, where we're trying to see who is the best complete warrior, not only with physical readiness, but also with tactical skills, navigation, use of firearms, use of edged weapons, hand-to-hand combat. This is really a special ops Q course. Very cool.
All right, warrior, you're in a quagmire. You're being attacked from the side, from the rear, hands on, and you got an armed bad guy right there.
They're doing a brief where, let's say you have your knife out, you've got someone to your side and to the back, but then a threat comes at you from the front. They still have this person they're jabbing, they're gonna draw their weapon. He's like surrounded, and then he's got a threat in front, but he wants to shoot that threat in front.
4.31.
6 good shots, center mass.
3.80. Good, you're out of ammo. You have no more ammo. Go stool. You're scanning for threats. All right, nice job. Well, the competitors did really good. I threw a lot at them very quickly. They responded, they got it done, but so can you, America. My training is free on my website at hoffnerknives.com. Everybody can do this, defend themselves and protect their family. But we had a competition. I gotta say, Kevin here, although the times were very close, you inked it out just a few tenths of a second faster. You won a beautiful set. This is brand new for Hoffner Knives of our German stainless steak knife set. You like steak?
For sure.
Well, a fine steak deserves a great steak knife. You got a set of 4 of them. So,
That is amazing.
congratulations.
That's so kind of you.
All right, Don, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for providing this great training for us all.
I'm technically a pole dance instructor, technically. And what that has to do with is I teach a self-defense class there. So they registered me and certified me in that so I could teach the ladies how to protect themselves. So I usually teach them Krav Maga or how to escape from handcuffs, zip ties, ropes, all those things, because counter-kidnapping is one of the things I like to instruct. I also work in security in Las Vegas. Last year, during season 3 All-Stars, I was helping on the SEER team. The contestants were going to be picked up, interrogated, normal stuff. You know, the handcuffs, face covering, questions, and all that stuff. It was actually a really fun day. I talked to Bob, the producer, the next day, and I don't know, he asked if I wanted to be on this season. This just seemed like something I'd want to do. This is the kind of stuff I live for, and how many opportunities do you get to actually do it?
So we're very, very honored here to have Cooper with us. Cooper's from Hell's Canyon Armory, and he's going to show you a weapon system, and then he's going to put you through a course of fire.
Hell's Canyon Armory, we specialize in a single point cut, rifled, 416 stainless, carbon fiber barrel. And what's special about our barrels is a linear progression of our carbon fiber layup, okay? That first layer is oriented on the axis plane in conjunction with the direction of the barrel. That second is a helical wrap, goes over the top, gives you the market standard. This particular platform is chambered in 7 backcountry, which is a new steel-cased cartridge with a 175 grain projectile. What we're able to do is achieve a much higher muzzle velocity out of a shorter barrel. Dead Air has given us this suppressor as well as rise triggers. We want to throw a shout out to them on a Remington 700 platform. And for this, you don't need a support hand. Okay, that rifle's supported by this bipod up front. Okay, firing hand. Yep, slide it forward and down to the right. Go ahead and do that. So on the right hand side, yep, hit it. Yep, under the right. Move with me. Four enemy targets right here in the wood line. 12 o'clock, 90 meters. Hit. Hit. Right here. Hit. 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 One target remaining. Hit.
I started the year in county jail, Los Angeles, for violence. I lost 3 of my best friends, my dog. I lost my house, my car, my wife. While I was in jail, I even thought about suicide. But something inside of me, my spiritual side, didn't allow such a thing, and my belief in God, I didn't think he was gonna be proud of me or happy even knowing that. So after I got out, I got this call, you know, less than 24 hours. And the reason I came here was like, man, that's something, a good challenge. Instead of being crying around and feeling sorry for yourself, let's get it done. Let's start a new chapter in life. I don't know, I felt hope again. I felt like God was answering my prayers. I know what I was putting myself into, but I'm happy, you know. I feel very peaceful, happy for the opportunity. I feel like my life is coming back, things are start to happening again. Just like nature, you know, only the strong survive. So I try to overcome my weaknesses and become a better man.
Four enemy in the tree line. Hit! 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 Hit!
Well, that was a good one. I mean, we saw some great performance out there.
We certainly did. They all moved very well. They got it on target great, and a lot of good hits. So
We kind of had a discussion what we were going to base this on. There was time, there was hits, how you moved in the bush. And so we weighed it all out. It was close. It was close. But Kevin, can you come on up? Evan, you got Top Gun. You got Top Gun. Your shots were incredibly fast. You're a super fast runner, of course. You made it through that thick bush quickly. The next person behind you is a few seconds behind you. Okay, and that was by 7 seconds. So you're 7 seconds fastest, everybody. And fast.
good job. Hey, thank you. Great rifle.
It was great training. It was operational. It was realistic. And Cooper, we want to thank you for being out here. And you're a professional. I love seeing guys like you who are so professional. Thanks for setting that up for us.
We appreciate that. And don't forget, we're HCA Precision Barrels, Precision Carbon Barrels. You can find us at www.hellscanyonarmory.com. Come in, give us a call, check us out. You'll be very, very surprised and happy with the finished product on these barrels. So,
Great.
Thank you, Cooper.
thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yep.
You've got to be prepared. I was going through customs once in a faraway land, and they looked at my passport and they looked at my home address, which wasn't really my home address, and they looked it up, and while I was there, they said, "What's the name of the restaurant across the street from your apartment complex?" Okay, I didn't live there, but before I left, I got on Google Maps, looked around the neighborhood. In my cover, I was married, had kids. I tried to make it as much like my life so it's easier to remember. I had an 8-year-old son. I said, okay, he goes to this school. How do I get to his school from my apartment? How does my wife come to pick him up? I looked out on the map, so if anyone asked me, I could tell them. And they check this stuff. So you gotta have an excuse. Why you're there, what you're doing, what's your business. Okay, we got cops here. You got 2 suspects. What's the first thing you do when you're questioning them? Separate them. You ask them the same questions and see if their answers are the same. They'll do the same thing to you. So if someone comes up on 2 of you, especially if they're authorities, they're gonna separate. Your answer's gotta match. And you need to be able to answer those questions like that. Think about what kind of questions they would ask, what your answers are going to be, and you guys got to make sure they're all the same in your group. If you're going to work in a team, in a group, you need to come up with a legend, a backstory, why you're there. And you can develop details of that as you work together, stuff you're comfortable with, stuff you can defend. You guys may talk about how you found out about it versus how he found out about it, that kind of thing. But the main story is why you're in that spot at that time doing what you're doing. Those stories have to agree.
It's time to learn about Surviving Mann's Season 4 Worldwide MVP Live Voting. Because you are watching this show, you can vote on which cast member you believe would survive the best under the toughest conditions. The winner of this 12-week voting campaign will be awarded an all-expense-paid vacation experience for two from Aggressor Adventures to one of their many exotic destinations. A once-in-a-lifetime journey filled with thrilling exploration, breathtaking encounters, and unforgettable adventures. Once again, we need you, who's watching right now, to vote and tell us who is your pick for Surviving Mann MVP. Go to the website on your screen and cast your vote.